Hey guys, I'm Janelle Summers.
And I'm Corey Miller. And we are excited to do this What is Coaching video for you today because I really think that a lot of times there's so many misconceptions about what a coach is that today what we want to do is give you a background story of who we are and our coaching story. Also, we want to give you some details about coaching. How much does it cost? Are there crazy contracts? Can you cancel at any time? Things like that. But make sure you watch till the end because we're also going to give you a better idea of the day in the life of a coach. So why don't we start out by telling a little bit about ourselves? So Janelle.
Perfect. Well, I'm a wife and a mom. We have one son, and I'm a fitness fanatic and have been since I was a teenager, always in sports and dance. And I wish I would have gone into fitness full time, but I didn't. I went into the corporate world. I went into human resources management and actually worked in that field for about 13 years. All the while, obviously still loving fitness and working out and kind of wishing that I had been in that industry. My sister, Shalene Johnson, she's the creator of Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire, Shalene Extreme, all of that.
Bio.
She actually was the one that told me about this business opportunity. And at the time, I was working full-time a lot of hours. I actually had a full-time job and a secondary job and just trying to be the best mom I could be and the best wife I can be and just trying to do it all and make ends meet, both my husband and I working full-time. And when she brought this opportunity up, I thought, I do not have time for that. I do not have time. Even though I would love to do something in fitness, and she was like, oh, it's, you know, it's all about fitness, and it's what you already do naturally, help people in fitness. And I just thought, it's network marketing. I don't want to have anything to do with that. It must be about sales. It must be about hosting home parties.
Absolutely.
And all that kind of stuff. So I had all these preconceived notions of what I thought it was. But the idea of it intrigued me enough that I started doing some research. And once I realized what it was about, I was so excited to do this business because at the time, like I said, I was working full time and I was just running the rat race. I did not have time to spend with my family. It was just about getting through each day. And I always felt like there was something missing. You know, when you're not working your passion, when you're not doing what you love, you feel like something's missing. And that's what I felt.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we weren't broke or anything. I was making a good living, so it wasn't like I needed more money. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by the little things that make me happy in life, and that is spending time with my family, having choices, having freedom in my schedule, and not having someone tell me what to do at all times and working so many crazy hours. And I didn't have that in my life, and I really wanted that. I wanted to be able to be at my son's games or go to school when he needs me at school. And I didn't have that opportunity. In the corporate world, a lot of times I think, it's not said, but it really, you don't get the feeling that they want your family to be first. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how I felt. If my son was sick or something, I wanted to be there. And
You feel guilty.
Exactly. And I didn't have those choices, and I wanted that. I wanted that for my life. I wanted that for my husband as well. And so I've been able to quit my full-time job, and my husband's been able to quit his full-time job. And it's just been amazing. I thought it was too good to be true. And, I had all the hesitations that a lot of people have, but I'm so glad I looked into it further.
Absolutely. And I honestly had a ton of hesitations.
Yeah.
And just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I took the traditional route. After I went to college, I have my undergrad in interpersonal communications. I have my master's degree in education. I thought that I was supposed to go to an office every day to have that corporate life. And I didn't realize what the corporate life was like because I did always love fitness. I was involved in sports in high school. I always wanted to do fitness. But in all honesty, it's hard to make a living in fitness. It's hard. Yeah. I mean, I started out being a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor and was working from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. This was before kids, of course. And I should say, I'm sorry. I am a wife. I am a mom. I have 3 kids. My son, Kaiden, is 8. My daughter, Camden, is 6. And I have another crazy son named Kazan. He's 3. He keeps me on my toes. But needless to say, before kids, I was working a ton of hours in the gym. And I thought to myself, okay, I can't maintain this. I mean, back in my 20s, it was, all right, maybe I could teach 20 classes a week, but my body can't handle that anymore. Just not the spring chicken I used to be. But needless to say, I, did the traditional route. I worked in corporate America, and exactly what you said, Janelle. I was just, I felt like there had to be something more, like something was missing. And then when I did start having kids, I was missing out. And I honestly, I think back to like the first year of my daughter's life, and sometimes I get a little choked up. Even listening to you say that, I was like, oh, it just kind of gets you in the gut, because I did miss out. I don't even remember like the first year of her life, because I was working so much. Just make ends meet. It's tough. My husband works in the construction industry, or used to. Now he's lucky enough to be retired at the age of 35. But needless to say, it was hard. That was a tough industry to be in. So sometimes he was working, sometimes he wasn't. So we were trying to make ends meet. But I was working so much that I was missing out. I couldn't go to their Halloween parades from preschool. I couldn't go to those little class parties. I couldn't be that mom that I wanted to be.
Right.
And so when Janelle actually approached me about the opportunity, I'll be honest, when you called me, I was like, I don't know, And I remember thinking the exact same things. I heard the words pyramid scheme. I heard the words multi-level marketing, and not that you told me those words, but those were the first things I thought about. And I thought, that's just not for me. Right. And, I decided to trust you and kind of hear you out. And I did decide to try it out with you and see what would happen. But, some of my biggest hesitations were just like, Janelle, time. I was actually like nervous about, was I going to have to sign a long contract or something like that? And luckily I found out you don't have to do that by any means, which we'll talk about later. I was also hesitant because it wasn't a corporate job. I mean, who grows up and says, when I grow up, I want to be a multi-level marketer. I mean, really? That's not something that, like, when you get a little check sheet in school, that's not something that's on it, right? It's scary. It's a scary thing to do, to have a position that's not something that you grew up thinking about. Right. It's not corporate America. So that was scary. Another thing that was scary was, to be completely honest, I was not at my ideal weight. When you first called me, I had just had Camden, my daughter, and she was only about 6 weeks old when I became a coach. And I had a lot of weight to lose. I didn't lose all my weight in between my first and second. And so I had about 85 pounds to lose, which I did after the fact, and it took many months. But being a coach really held me accountable. It held me accountable to my own fitness and to my own workouts, and it helped me lose that weight. It was huge. It was huge in my weight loss journey. And really, I get a lot of people even now that say, I can't be a coach because I'm not at my ideal weight. And I always tell them, I'm always like, you never know who you can inspire. You never know. Because there's going to be somebody out there that may look at Janelle, who, obviously is extremely fit, amazing, and she works hard for what she has. Don't get me wrong, works very hard for what she has. I don't have the same body type as you, and I never have. And sometimes people will look at somebody not like me and be motivated by it, but then there's other people that'll look at somebody like me and be motivated by me, because guess what? I don't weigh only 100 pounds. I don't
either, by the way.
Not to imply that. But needless to say, I've struggled with my weight all my life. And even after my third baby, I'm still trying to get back to where I want to be, even though he's already 3, but that's okay. We're still on the journey. But, you never know who you can inspire. You never know who's out there saying, hey, if she can do it, I can do it. So don't let where you're at on your fitness journey hold you back from being that inspiration to someone that needs it. That needs it. You can be that inspiration for someone that is just looking for someone like you to inspire them. So enough about our hesitations. Why don't we talk a little bit about what our favorite things are? And I know you kind of mentioned a couple of them, but what are your other favorite parts of coaching?
Yeah, let's go into that. Okay, well, I really love this because, first of all, it's about fitness and health and nutrition, and those are the things that I'm really passionate about. And really, when I started looking into this business, like I said before, one of the things that scared me was it's not your traditional thing, it's network marketing, and I was like, I don't want to have any part of that. Nothing wrong with other network marketing businesses, but I just didn't feel like it was me. It didn't fit who I am and what I'm about and all that kind of stuff. And this is about fitness and nutrition, and I thought that's what I do anyway. If this is about helping other people and just inspiring other people and building a network of people that are like-minded, I'm all about that. Absolutely. And I really, when I looked into it, I thought this is a company that sets itself apart in so many ways, and also in the network marketing world. And the way that we run our teams and the way that we do our trainings, everything is so like anti-network marketing. I hate to say that, but it really is.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. This company is so different, and the way that we approach
relationships.
it.
It's relationships.
It's about relationships. Yeah. It's about fitness. It's about health. It's about really just helping other people and inspiring other people, not pushing products on people, not being salesy, not being annoying, not being all in your face about things. It's just not how we train our teams, and it's not how we operate. And that doesn't work anyway, by the way, when you're like that. I mean, you probably all know someone that is annoying, that does all of those things. And so we don't do that. And so that's one thing that I love about this business. And the other thing is obviously that you meet so many great people. I mean, whether they ever become customers of yours or not, or they ever join your team or not, regardless, you just end up meeting people who are on the same page as you. They're into fitness, and whether you learn, a new place to shop for workout clothes, whatever it may be. I mean, you just meet people who are on the same page as you, and that's just fun. That really makes it fun. And the other thing is that obviously once you build your business, and I did build my business while I was working full time, but then once I was able to quit my full-time job, obviously now I have my own schedule, and I'm able to do things that I've never been able to do before in my life. I've always dreamt about being that person that, like, in the middle of the day is at the grocery store or whatever, or just went to the mall or whatever. I never had that kind of freedom in my schedule, and I have that now. And obviously it's a big part of being a mom that you can put family first, and
Absolutely.
You don't have this job where you have to be somewhere and you have to be working. And it's just this whole freedom of your schedule that I love, and having choices. And also obviously being debt-free. I mean, this business has built an incredible income for myself and my husband, obviously, and we've been able to pay off all of our debt and be debt-free. And not that, money is everything, but it gives you choices.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of things, quality of life, that we didn't have prior to this that we have now, that just allow us to have more choices with our family,
Absolutely.
So that's a big thing for me. And, it's just kind of the lifestyle of it, the fact that I can fit in my workouts now. I can fit in clean eating now. I just have more freedom in my schedule to do what I want to do.
And you can wear workout clothes all day long.
I love that.
No, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think, like when you were talking about the fact that this business or this company is like no other company, I completely 100% agree, because, when I think of salespeople, I think of like ickiness. I think of like somebody pushing. And I am not a salesperson at all. And I'm still not a salesperson, because to me, a salesperson is someone that's pushing a product on you, whether you need it or want it or not. And what I do and what we do as coaches is we're just sharing our story. We're sharing what works for us. Yeah. And that's my favorite thing about it, is it's not about trying to push a product onto someone. It's about sharing what works, sharing how what we have to provide can help somebody. That's the main key, is how can that person benefit from what we do as coaches?
Right.
And that's the main key. So just like you, I have so many of the same favorite things. Like you mentioned, I love the fact that I can work from home. I can be present in my kids' lives. I can be at every sporting event, every practice. Yesterday, I was able to go to my son's little presentation at school, whatever it may be. I have that choice to be there. I don't have to ask for vacation days or time off or anything like that. I mean, well, how many days do I have left to take off?
I hated that.
Or what was my schedule like? Or who else is off in the office that day? It's just so hectic like that.
Yeah.
Also, I love the fact that I'm able to work with people all over the country. That was one thing that, when I did work in a gym atmosphere, I was limited. I could only help the people that came in the door of the gym.
Right.
And now, I run challenge groups monthly that from people all over the country. Yeah. California, Florida.
In Canada.
In Canada, absolutely. And all over. And it's so fun to meet so many different people, like you said, and so many different personalities and attributes that I think make me a better person too. Definitely. Just by meeting people and surrounding yourself with positive people makes you a better person, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Another thing is, honestly, like you said, just with financial freedom. And I know that when I was quitting my full-time job to do this full-time, and it was 2.5 years into the business, it did take me some time. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It does take hard work. It takes persistence. It takes, that genuine passion for wanting to help other people. Yes. Because honestly, the more people you help, the more successful you're going to be. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I was going to quit my full-time job, I was a little scared. I thought, I don't have that security anymore of a paycheck every week, knowing that paycheck was going to come.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad, who's a self-employed CPA, saying something to me like, honey, just do it. You're never going to, get rich working for someone else. And not that being rich is my main goal in this business or in any business, but to me, what financial freedom equals is it equals freedom, and it equals memories, the opportunity to have memories. There's been times when I'm like, okay, guys, let's go to Florida. We live in Ohio. It's -9 degrees today, -9. And we can just say, hey, let's go to Florida on spring break, and book it now and go there. And I have the freedom to do that and the ability to do that. And to me, it's not about materialistic things. It's about making memories with my kids, because they're not going to remember the toy I bought them, but they're going to remember those trips. And that is priceless. And Beachbody provides us with a lot of trips too that I'm able to take my kids on. And that's just such an amazing feeling to be able to have that. So I have so many favorite things about this business. I guess I could go on and on, but I'm thinking maybe we should go into the details of coaching. What do you think?
I think so. Let's do that.
So I'm going to grab my notes real quick just so I don't forget anything. But I want to give you some details about what coaching really is. So basically, a coach is just somebody that's a friend, a support system, somebody there to help inspire, to listen. Just so many times, that's exactly what people are looking for, somebody to listen. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be willing to listen to them and figure out what is going to help them and find out those answers for them. So you definitely don't have to be a fitness instructor. You don't have to be a personal trainer. Although it is pretty cool now that Beachbody does offer certifications for programs like Insanity and P90X and Turbo Fire, Turbo Kick, and things like that. You can do this full-time or part-time, like we mentioned. If you're listening or watching this video right now and you're like, well, I like my job. I don't necessarily want to quit my full-time job. That's cool. You can do this just because you're passionate about fitness and helping others. It can be full-time or part-time. Like I mentioned, you definitely don't have to be at your goal weight. You just have to be willing to be on your journey. You have to be willing to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. So be willing to inspire people in doing so. You don't have to keep stock. I love that. When you first talked to me about the coaching opportunity, and I thought, I do not want a bunch of crap. Sorry. I don't want a bunch of crap in my garage or, in my living room of stuff I have to sell. And you don't have to keep stock. That's what's really cool. You have a website that your customers or coaches can go to and order right from there. So customer service is provided for you. All the shipping, handling, all that kind of stuff is done for you, which is pretty awesome. And another thing, you don't have to do home parties. I never once have done a home party.
I never have either. I've never done a home party.
I'm not a hostess with the mostest.
I'm horrible hostess. Horrible.
I know. Yeah, my husband makes fun of me, but I am not a good hostess. So I've never once had a home party. Not that you can't. You can definitely have a home party if that's kind of what you're comfortable with. It's just not something that I've ever done myself. You don't have to have any minimum. There's no quotas. You don't have to do a certain amount per month or, have something per week. There's nothing that is put upon you by corporate. You can put goals upon yourself.
Yeah, and there's no sales focus anyways with this.
Absolutely
There's not like this focus on make sales. We don't push that with our teams at all. That's not what this is about. And even if you lead with that agenda, you don't do well.
Absolutely.
So that's not a part of this.
That's a great point. Yeah. It's not sales based in anything that we do. It's really not sales based.
Yeah.
It's your business. Honestly, you can put as much time into it as you want or as little time as you want. The more time you put into it, the more people you help, the more successful you're going to be. It's that simple. Like I mentioned before, it's not a get rich quick thing. It's not something that you can just sit back and be like, well, I signed up under Janelle and now I'm going to sit back and rake in the money. Absolutely not. I don't care when you signed up, who you signed up with, whatever happened, you have to help people and you have to work your own business. You have to put that time and energy into it in order to be successful. Like I said, the more people you help, the more successful you're going to be. And plain and simple, you have to believe. You have to believe in yourself, which, sometimes that takes a little process. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the business. You have to believe in the process. You have to believe that doing those little things each day are going to add up to big things. And I know Janelle's going to talk about that in a minute here in the day of a life of a coach. But now I talked about that. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty details. So how much, right? I know that was huge on my mind when Janelle first approached me about the business. All right, Janelle. How much is it going to cost me? Honestly, it's $39.95 is the initial fee, and that includes your first 30 days. After that, it's $15.95 a month to be a coach. That's the only requirement. Now, what does that include? That includes your websites. That includes the customer service. You have personal development available to you. You don't have to tally anything. You don't have to worry about any numbers or anything like that. Beachbody does that all for you, and that's included in your coach fee, which is pretty cool. But I like to save money. I don't know about you. So I always recommend that my coaches sign up with what's called a challenge pack. Now, a challenge pack includes a program of your choice with 30 days of a free club membership and 30 days of Shakeology. So when you sign up with a challenge pack, you don't have to pay that initial fee. Why pay $39.95 when you can get something for it? You know, I know like one of my favorite websites is Zappos.com because I just ordered something yesterday.
Yeah.
Ordered a bunch of stuff yesterday. It's getting delivered today. Free shipping, free returns.
Yeah.
I mean, hello. I love a good deal. That's a good deal. Yeah. Sign up with a challenge pack. That's the way to go.
That is a good deal.
You have the ability to make a team bonus. Like I mentioned, you don't have to. If it's something that you want to do just for a discount, do it for a discount because honestly, you get 25% off all of the products. So if you're watching the video right now and you're getting that Shakeology shipment every month anyways, it's a no-brainer. Yeah. Unless you don't like saving money. I mean, really? Unless you don't like saving money, then it's like we said, a no-brainer to not sign up for the coaching discount, even if you don't want to work the business necessarily.
Even if you don't want to do it for very long.
Absolutely, yeah. Because you can cancel it anytime. My next point. Thank you, Janelle, my assistant. But you can cancel it anytime. And that was huge for me too. Yeah. I know that was a big thing. I didn't want to sign my life away when I first signed up. You know, I didn't want a contract or a lengthy time. What if I didn't like it? And honestly, if it's not a good fit, I don't want someone to be a coach for a length of time if they don't want to do it. Yeah. It's not going to benefit anybody, you know, so you can cancel at any time. But like we said, if you're drinking Shakeology anyways, it's going to be worth what you save on that 25%. You're going to save over $30 a month on Shakeology alone. Right. Not to mention the other products that you can get for 25%. Also, it's not like you're going to sign up and we're going to say, catch you later, have fun with your business. Right. You have a support system, you have training. Whoever you sign up with should be providing that for you. Your personally sponsored coach should have that support system for you. I know that both our teams do Coach Basics training or new coach trainings and beyond. We have Facebook groups, we have
training every week.
We have social media training, things like that. You're not going to be alone, plain and simple. And what's even cooler is it's not like, well, I'm on this team, you're on that team. Right. It's a big community.
Yeah,
Beachbody is a big community.
We share tips. I mean, even other teams. I mean, I've been talking with one of the top coaches, and we're just sharing ideas and tips. That's just the type of community and business that this is. The type of people that this business attracts are people that are they're really giving and they care about other people. So it's just a really great culture.
You want to empower each other.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not going to say this quote right, but you know, the tide rises, the fuller the boat gets, the tide rises, or whatever. Right. I totally did not say that right. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. But what's cool too is the opportunity is now available in Canada. And I know we're constantly looking to grow and to expand. But I also love that Beachbody allows nonprofits to sign up for free and not have to pay that monthly fee. So say your kid's school wants to do a fitness fundraiser. Wouldn't that be cool? Instead of doing a cookie fundraiser, let's do a fitness fundraiser. And they don't have to pay that initial fee and they don't have to pay the monthly fee. And what's even cooler is they also do that for the military and most recently veterans. Awesome. So active military or their spouses, one or the other, can sign up for free, not have to pay that monthly fee. And veterans now can do that because Beachbody wants to support our troops. They want to support those people coming back from wherever they're at and have something to fall back on, something to do, you know, something that's legitimate for them to do. So I really appreciate that with Beachbody. I think it's an amazing company. So, all right, so I think those are the details. Okay. Let's give a better idea of what do we actually do? A day in the life. Yes, absolutely.
I get asked this question a lot. What do you actually do as a Beachbody coach? And I think the reason people struggle to find that answer is because every coach treats it a little bit differently. It's your business and you can really schedule your day and put in as much time as you want or as little time as you want, work it a couple hours a week or a couple hours a day. It's completely your business and up to you. The person that you join, your sponsor, they're going to equip you and guide you with, okay, here's what you would have to do if you want to build a big business and be making 6 figures within 2 to 3 years. Here's what you would need to do. But by all means, if you don't want to do that and you just want to do this casually, go for it. So it varies based on the coach. But a typical day, I would say, most coaches doing this business are doing it on top of a full-time job.
Absolutely.
Or they're a stay-at-home mom. And so they really only have 2 to 3 hours at the most in their day that they could be working their business. So what does that entail? And that really is what it takes to become successful, about 2 to 3 hours per day. And I was able to fit that in while I was working full-time. I'm not going to say it was easy, but I loved what I was doing, and so it did not feel like work. In fact, when I was actually working my job, I was like, I wish I could do, my other Beachbody
And that's what I always say when people ask about, they're worried about the time.
Yeah.
I always say, listen, when you're passionate about something and love something, you're already doing it anyways. It's a part of your day anyways. You know you're working out. You know people are already possibly coming to you, asking you questions about working out.
Right.
So you're fitting it in just because it's already a part of your day. You want to.
Yes.
It's not a hardship.
Exactly.
You want to put that as part of your day.
Exactly. So I would say that what, that 2 to 3 hours per day entails, number one, obviously working out. I mean, we all have to get in as coaches. It's part of our job to just be a good role model and to do the work. So working out is part of that. Another part is really being on social media. And I know if you're not on social media or you're not on Facebook or whatever, a lot of coaches coming in worry about that. That's okay, because that is the same boat that most people are in when they're coming into this business.
I didn't have a Facebook account.
I don't know if I did or not, but I certainly didn't know how to use it. I did not know how to use it at the time. So this was years ago, of course. So I had to learn. And so one thing that we do is we teach you how to use social media effectively to reach the people that want your help, so that you're not pushing anything on people that don't want your help, and you're actually reaching those people that want your help. So social media, being on social media, connecting with people on social media, posting, we say 2 or 3 times a day, so maybe once in the morning, maybe once at lunchtime, and maybe once in the evening. That would be ideal, in fact. There are days where I don't even get to that. And it's not even like you're posting all about fitness and nutrition, because a lot of coaches are like, well, I don't want to post all about fitness and nutrition. My family members and friends would be so annoyed. We don't want you to do that anyway. We just want you to be connecting and be putting yourself out there. It can be about, lots of different topics. It does not have to be all about fitness and nutrition.
Exactly.
You just kind of weave that in when it's appropriate. The other thing that we do is we host fitness accountability groups, and that's really fun. To be honest, that's one of my favorite things, is because you're working with people who want your help, and you're in an accountability group, and it's not like you even have to require that they buy something to be in your group. You can run it any way you want to run it, and require whatever you want to require, but you're checking in with them daily, and helping answer their questions, and just really being there for them, just supporting them.
Yes, and forming that relationship.
Right. It's just to support them and provide that accountability. And no, you're not going to have all the answers. I don't even have all the answers. I mean, you really are just kind of helping them find the answers. Like, oh, well, this is what's worked for me. Or, oh, have you checked out this site? Or, oh, have you read this article? You're just there to be a support person. And that's really what people want.
Absolutely.
They really want someone who's going to hear them out and who's going to be there for them, and through their struggles and through their successes. So the accountability groups is the other thing. And that's like a check-in once per day in a Facebook group. So that can be like 15 minutes, with that. We also do some personal development we really recommend, because a lot of us don't fully realize our own potential.
It's a process.
And that's a big part of this business, is building confidence. I have become a completely different person since I started working this business. I'm an introvert. I was formerly very, very shy. And so through working this business and building more confidence in myself, I really had to do that through personal development. So reading some, Brian Tracy books, some podcasts of my sisters, which have been huge in building my confidence. So the other thing is training calls. Most teams have a training call where, it's recorded, and so you can listen at any time at your convenience. And we, provide weekly training, and that's a huge priority to us, that our team members are trained. So I think that's pretty much it. Can you think of anything else?
Not that I can think of. I think we covered a lot in this video. And don't get me wrong, if you do have questions, that's not uncommon. I mean, please get with the person that invited you to watch this video and ask those questions. Give them your feedback. Let them know, because you want to make sure it's a good fit for both of you, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. So if anything resonated with you, pursue this. Look into it. Ask those questions. It's been life-changing for us, and we really hope that you'll look into it further. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.